Hello and welcome back to the North American Rival Series presented to you by Rival Esports. I'm your host Ryan, filling in for Vaudable, and joining me right now is Hunted and Samael. We just saw RBG versus Bullsen. Bullsen managing to take that 3-2. Our next match is going to be Team Chaos versus Zookeepers, both coming off of a loss today. What are some of y'all's thoughts going into this one? Because both of them have to be in a bit of a crummy mental state, to be honest. So, Hunted, what do you think?
Yeah, coming off of losses, never an easy thing, especially when, we're getting into crunch time at the end of the season here, and you want to try to push for that top 6 spot, at the very least, to keep your spot in the Rival Series for next season. But the thing is for both teams to go into this, I think, you have to know that the other team that you're playing also came off a loss, right? Like, you're not going into somebody who's hot. You're playing against somebody in the same situation as you, and you've just got to go in knowing that you can win this game.
Yeah, and I think it's about establishing yourself, especially early in the series, when both of these teams in a similar situation, they're trying to get themselves up into the top 6, like you said, and this is really the last chance for them to make that stand. I would expect that both teams will try to establish themselves, play their game. They fully understand that this is winnable. And for both teams, I'm looking for goals, because that's something that both of these squads have had trouble doing so far in this season, is score goals.
Yeah, it's definitely been an issue for both these guys. We saw it in their last 2 matches. But really quickly, I just want to hurry up and get into this game. So real quick, what are your predictions? Sam, let's start with you.
I'm going to go with Chaos EC. We just saw them play a really, really good Charlotte Phoenix squad, and we saw them take them to 5 games. They've also played just a little bit better, I think, than Zookeepers so far, even though they are in a similar state record-wise. So I got Chaos EC in this one, but it's going to be close.
Yeah, thinking about it, it's tough to decide. I think the Zookeepers are going to bounce back. I don't think Chaos has been playing the game they've necessarily wanted to play. Of course, they did take Charlotte to 5. Just for the sake of argument, Sam, I'll go ahead and say the Zookeepers take this one.
All right, guys, we're going to get right on into it. Guys, take it away.
Well, thank you so very much, Ryan and Sam. I am looking forward to this match. Again, it is 2 teams that are towards the bottom of the standings, and you said that this could be, or this really is the start of the last stand for these teams in the Rival Series. You can't drop any more games from here on out, really, if you want to run into the top 6. So, one of these teams is going to go away dejected, but the other one could start some kind of comeback.
Yeah, we know that at least one of them obviously going to get that victory. It'll be their second victory on this season. And it'll really be the last opportunity that they have. For Zookeepers, they've got a few more games to play. So that might be something too for them. No, I'm sorry, I didn't update. Nope, they just played there. So we're right at the same there too, both 1 and 4. So yeah, this is really a matchup of some mirror situations here. So I think, I don't know. This is one of the most interesting ones that we've seen, I think, so far. This series has been so hard to predict, and this will be just as difficult. But this is really who goes down and sort of meets upper 90 and kind of hangs into that lower, and who can kind of get up and show that they might have a chance to get into the top 6.
Yeah, I mean, if you do look at it, though, Linked Up and FMG kind of hovering around that 3-3, 3-4 bubble with Compadres as well. You're sitting at 1 and 4, right? I mean, the Compadres, they're at 3 and 4, so obviously you've got to continue to win here. But it's not over. I mean, if you go into this saying, "Oh, our season's done," it's the wrong attitude to take. I mean, until you are completely mathematically eliminated from it, you've got to expect yourselves to get there.
No doubt about it. I don't think it at all. They're thinking that their season is over, and that's why I think we'll probably see the best play that we've seen from either of these teams right here in this matchup. So they may be lower in the standings, but that it is going to be good, Hunted. So we are about underway here in game number 1 of this best of 5. It'll be our final match of this evening, but that doesn't mean it will not be exciting. We are underway.
Game 1 underway now. Chaos FC in blue, Zookeepers in orange. It's going to be Bambi getting challenged by Corrupted G. Mektos towards the net. Tool is up to make the play. corner wall. Porklet deflects it into the blue corner. Taroko has to go and try to collect this one. Great touch from Bambi off the post. Porklet follows, but Mektos is there to make the play. Halfway in, the first opportunity goes to the Zookeepers, but we still play on, 0-0.
Early advantage for Zookeepers, but it is still early, like you said. Both of these teams trying to find their footing, looking to get established here.
50 seconds gone by. Corrupted G out to Mektos. Maybe has to cut that pass off. Taroko now down towards Mektos. That's a shot on goal. Portlet makes the save. Gets by him. Slow touch towards the net. Corrupted G can't find the follow-up touch. Will stay out for now. Still no score yet here in this game. Short angle from Portlet. Saved away by Corrupted G. Mektos in transition. He scores. That's a 1-0 lead now for Chaos.
Transition for Chaos catches the defense of Zookeepers napping as all three players for Zookeepers upfield. It's a demo on Bambi as well. That just opens it up. And Chaos do get the first goal. They've had the early opportunities here. And they're looking good so far. But honestly, still I don't think either team really established. They're still looking like they're getting settled. Big block for Tool. He's been so good on the defensive side so far this season. Another big save for him, but it's more defense from Zookeepers if they can get downfield.
Chaos EC with a 1-goal lead, just about a minute and a half into game number 1. Porklet, the pinch towards his teammate in Bambi. Pops this up. Corrupted G hits it off the ceiling. Here's Bambi with the redirect towards the net. Taroko calmly plays it off his own back wall. Gets by Porklet as well. Now he's going to go one-on-one against Tool. Gets the flick around him. Now Bambi, last in line to play defense. Pops out in front. Corrupted G. It will be Tool to at least get it towards mid. Bambi has to rotate around and try to play this one. He does very well to do so. So we continue to play 1-0. Chaos EC. We've got 4 shots on goal. Only 1 for Zookeepers thus far. Just hasn't been enough offense on the orange half to try to turn things around. That's a big giveaway, and Porklet makes a beautiful save on the goal line.
And that was a giveaway there for Zookeepers. They're not thinking offense. I mean, they had the field right there and 2 players to push up, but instead they're back waiting, and that means they are down on their side of the field yet again. Chaos coming through, Corrupted with the shot, can't get it on, but it is Taroko comes through, gets the demo. More offense for Chaos, and still Zookeepers trying to find any sort of footing right now at all.
3 minutes have been played. Still only the 1 shot for Zookeepers, courtesy of Bambi. That is a great pass from Porklet, but Bambi can't get around it. It will be cleared away by Chaos. Good pass up to Corrupted G. Out of the corner. Now Bambi looking for Tool across the pitch. Tool will collect and try to play this off the ceiling. He's got Porklet in support, but he gets demoed just as I say that, and the ball finds its way back to the orange half now. 90 seconds left to go. Game number 1. That is a hard shot. Porklet in position to make the save. The only goal scored came early from Chaos. It's all they've needed thus far. They've really kept Zookeepers out of the offensive zone, have not allowed them to generate any opportunities. Still just 1 shot, and it was the first shot of the game.
Just the 1 shot, but they have looked better here. They're starting to look for each other as they make some of these touches. So, as we say it, though, the net is open for a goal downfield. The last thing that Zookeepers wanted. It kept the game so close, but it is 1 errant clear. And now extends this Chaos lead to 2, making it that much harder for Zookeepers to get back in the game.
And that's both goals scored by Mektos now in this game that have come off long clears. Gonna get a third. Bambi will stop him before he gets an opportunity. Now looks for a counterattack. Corrupted G makes the save. Tool out of the corner. Porklet up for it by Taroko. Corrupted G, 1 more touch. Gets it by Bambi. Porklet opts not to turn. Lets Taroko play this one. Goes right towards Tool. 33 seconds left. Taroko up. That's down to Corrupted G. That's another goal. Beautiful from Chaos, and that'll secure game 1.
What a pretty play there from Chaos. It is Taroko taking it away, just snatching it from Bambi, putting it right down into the clutches of Corrupted G, and he makes no mistake on that, and that will be the finishing touch here in this game 1 for Chaos. 3-0. They had a big lead, and with under half a minute to go, looks like they will be taking this game number 1. Almost all of this game 1 was played down in Zookeepers' end. There's some more of that as Taroko finishes it off. He gets now his first goal. He's been in so many of these plays here, and what a great one there. Nice redirect from Corrupted G.
Yeah, great play from Chaos. They'll get their 4th goal of the game. Really just padding the stats now at the end of this game. That is going to do it for us here. We will have a game number 2 underway, but if game number 2 goes at all like game 1, great save from Bambi on the goal line there. And this series could very easily swing fully in favor of Chaos EC. I mean, again, you hate to pick on the same stat over and over, but just look at the final scoreboard here, Sam. 2 shots for Zookeepers. One of them was the first shot of the game in like the first 10 seconds. And it never felt like they generated any form of offense. I don't know exactly why, but you know, they had their chances. The number of passes that came off the back wall, a number of deflection opportunities, there was just nothing dangerous on net.
Yeah, I think it's there for them to get themselves in, but they've got to make the plays, that's for sure. There was a small moment there where it felt like they were stringing something together, and then unfortunately for them, right after that, they gave up that second goal, and that was about it. It's going to be hard because for Chaos on the other side, they haven't scored a bunch of goals this season either, and that 4-goal effort is actually one of the bigger performances that we've seen from Chaos, so that's tough for Zookeepers when they're still not scoring goals, which has been a problem that they've had, and they're also giving up quite a bit as well. So honestly, they've got to figure it out on both sides of the field. But as we've seen in some of these previous series, it all starts with getting out of your end, finding a way to find that pressure, because they have had not much of that so far, not in that game 1.
No, certainly not. And we'll see if that changes here in game number 2. But again, I don't know, man. Game number 1, it just felt so in favor of Chaos. It actually kind of took me by surprise a little bit at how little amount of offense the Zookeepers were able to generate. Would love to see them really start to push the pace a little bit here. That's a good pass out to Tool. It's the challenge on the Corrupted G. Taroko makes the clear. Zookeepers certainly no slouch in the rival series, Sam. They haven't had the greatest season, of course, but a team that people kind of considered the dark horse of the play-ins. Great save by Bambi off the deflection. But, you know, it's a team that we expected to have a tough road into the rival series. They pulled out all the stops. They were looking so hot coming into this season. They've just run into some tough teams. And, you know, I would like to see them turn things around here in game 2 and give us a good series.
They still have an opportunity. We talked about how big this series is. They'll need a big stop here from Tool. He does get it, and there's Bambi now. Bambi's open, and he put the ball on. He does. Big blocks down on defense, and that leads to a goal from Zookeepers. Set them up so marvelously for that, Hunted, and they heard you. You gave them some energy.
Yeah, you said it too. I mean, so many blocks, a lot of saves right there to make that play happen, and it paid off. Bambi gets 2 saves and the goal on the other side. So a good start for the Zookeepers. 1-0, just a minute gone. We'll see if they can keep the lead. Now Tool will play that off of Taroko. This one falls down towards Corrupted G. Good pinch. Gets it by Porklet. Bambi now out of the corner. Mektos to Taroko. Back to Mektos. Shot. Good save by Tool. The give and go nearly working that time for Chaos. But again, the saves on the goal line coming up large. Bump onto Mektos in transition now. Porklet out in front. Tool's going to let Taroko play this one. He's got Mektos in support. Looking for the touch back. Will be Corrupted G towards the front. Good play from Bambi. And we remain at 1-0. What? Wait, okay. Never mind. I guess it's 2-0 now. Bambi gets another one. This time it looks like a breakdown in communication from Chaos.
Yeah, it was who's in net. At this point, no one is in net for Chaos, and that is just an easy tap-in for Bambi. Wow, not what you would expect from Chaos. They are caught keeping their eye on Boost there instead of on the ball. And now Zookeepers have a 2-goal lead. I tell you what, if Zookeepers can find any sort of pressure here, that may be disaster for Chaos, as those goals that we've seen from Zookeeper, not the best so far, but they have a good lead here so far in game 2.
When you're struggling in a game, struggling in a series, those goals can do so much for your confidence. So a great start to this game for the Zookeepers as we watch halftime approach us here in game 2. Still a 2-0 lead. Porklet, turnover, shot, great save by Tool again. Uses his own crossbar that time to make the play. He's got 3 saves to his name in this game, and they've all been so very important. That one's a great touch from Bambi to deflect that away. And it's been the defense of Zookeepers that have been stellar.
Tool has led them in this season as well. He has been that rock back on the goal line, making some really big saves just to keep them in a lot of these games. We saw it there. Keeps this lead at 2 for them, and now they're building off of that. Porklet up off the backboard. Can Tool come in? He does! Gets the score. We talked about his defense, but he's the 3rd man through, and he gets a goal there now. This is a big lead for Zookeepers. We talked about finding goals, and they have found exactly that.
They've scored 3 in the first 3 minutes here of game number 2, have held Chaos EC to none. Looking for a 4th one now. Bounces down in front. Tool, quick shot. Good save from Mektos. He can't get the follow-up touch, and now Bambi towards the net. That one falls for him as well, and he's got his hat trick here in game 2.
Goals are falling, and they are falling quick here. Bambi just waits out the defender. Touch not made, and it's an easy snag and cut towards the net for Bambi. That's a 3rd goal for him. He secures the hat trick, and all of a sudden the offense for Zookeepers has come alive here. It is looking like a polar opposite to game number 1, Hunted. It was 4-0 for Chaos EC in that game 1, and the opposite scoreline here in game number 2.
We've been looking for more now, are the Zookeepers. Got to play defense, though. Great move from Mektos and a beautiful pass. What a goal from Chaos. That is how you get on the board. Mektos doing it all.
He waits out Bambi, puts it by. First Bambi, then Tool right out to the center, and Corrupted G taps that home. Chaos not quite ready to go home yet. Not in this game, too, but they will need more of that. They still have just a little bit over a minute to get 3 goals just to push it to overtime. Good start. We'll need a lot more of those heads-up types of plays. Big play there. At least get them on the board.
Save from Taroko keeps it 4-1. They've only got 60 seconds left. Taroko looking for a shot now. Can't get by Bambi, but the deflection is there. And Mektos will score yet another. Chaos bring the lead to just 2.
Slow play yet again, and Mektos not only the deflection, but the bump as well. Holy cow, that is the 9,000 IQ play from Mektos. Does it all there. Zookeepers got to keep up the pace. They're letting Chaos back in this game. They just need to get up in the face. They've got this big lead. Just hold on.
Now again, Chaos looking to pressure the orange half, but Porklet does find the clear. Good play from Corrupted G. Taroko, sidewall. Now Mektos. He's eyeing this one. Porklet's there first and gets the second touch as well. Can he get by Taroko? Not quite. 30 seconds left to go. Chaos has brought the lead to just 2. They need to find one with time remaining to have a chance at overtime. Pops it up. Good clear from Porklet. Taroko down to Corrupted G. He's looking for the pass to Mektos. He's there in mid. Takes the shot. He scores. It's a 1-goal game. 12 seconds left.
Are you kidding me? Chaos proving that they are still in this here. 12 seconds, and Mektos comes through. He is now leading his team towards this potential comeback here. They'll need one more goal, so they'll need to cheat up on this kickoff. There it is. It's Taroko into the center. Can Mektos do it? He doesn't, but it's got Corrupted there as well. Corrupted up top.
Still we play on. 3 seconds left. It's down. Mektos scores. We're going to overtime here in game 2.
What a comeback from this Chaos squad. They are down 4, and they come charging back 4 straight goals. It takes the full 5 minutes. They have pushed their way back in, and we are into overtime. Zookeepers thinking, what did we do? We thought we had this game in the bag, but no, not yet.
Overtime game number 2. A 4-goal lead blown by the Zookeepers, and now they find themselves having to score another to take the game in this series. Taroko up to challenge Bambi. Can he get the double? Not quite. Good play from Tool. Portlet to find the clear. Mektos all the way back. It will be Tool to collect this one out of the corner. Bounces down in front. Taroko go out in front. Big good save by Corrupted. As now down towards the other side of the pitch. Portlet up. Can't get by Corrupted G. Bambi with an opportunity. Good bump. Taroko makes the play on the goal line, and they keep Chaos in this game.
Good plays, though, from Zookeepers. They've found their composure again. They lost it for a lot of the last part of the regular session there, but they're pressing yet again. This is where they want to be. Bambi up top. Can't find the accuracy, though. Just wide. You said it. Zookeepers, at least they haven't just hung it up yet. It may be overtime. It may be this blown lead. There's still a chance they're finding offense.
Played a minute and a half here in overtime as Corrupted G leaves it for Mektos. Tool is there, but it bounces into the orange corner. Taroko challenging Portlet. Bambi doesn't get the touch, but Portlet will try to go over Corrupted G. Not going to quite happen, as Tool has to turn this one around. Bombs it all the way back down the pitch. Mektos chasing after it. Lets it bounce and plays it off the corner wall. Bambi wins the challenge. Looking for the pass down in front. Tool couldn't beat Corrupted G to the ball. Still dangerous out in front of the Chaos net. But as we see 2 minutes played here in OT, it has been back and forth. Nobody's been able to break the tie.
No, but Zookeepers have had the majority of the pressure here. They found their offense yet again. But the defense for Chaos holding strong. Feels like if Zookeepers can just connect on that final play, they'll get the goal here. But after they've given up this lead, honestly, they're still probably thinking that in the back of their mind, how they've got to stay defensively responsible. It's going to be hard for them if they give this up. This is a must-win game.
Absolutely. They will have to play it out of their corner. Corrupted G lets that go by him. Mektos is there to support. Tries to send it back to the orange half. Portlet in mid. Now Taroko. He's looking for Corrupted G on the far side. Got a one-on-one opportunity against Bambi. The demo's in. They score. Chaos complete the comeback. They take the victory in game 2 in overtime. My goodness, one of the most unlikely comebacks you'll see in Rocket League.
And it ends with a big boom. That demo to take out Bambi, who was in perfect position to block Corrupted G there. And you sensed something was coming because Corrupted G played it so slowly. He could see there was his teammate ready to just strike, and the defender taken out completes this comeback for Chaos EC. Wow. I mean, that's big. That shows that they can win just about any way. It was a convincing 4-0 victory game 1, and even though they went down 4 goals, they still come back here in game number 2.
Man, just to me, that is such a classic game. Like, it's going to be a game that I'm going to remember for a very long time. And you've got to give it to Chaos for not giving up, down 4 goals. I think, only a minute or a little, maybe a minute and a half remaining. They score all 4 goals, come back, keep their composure into overtime as well. A hard-fought overtime, 3 minutes, and they do come away with the victory. And you said this was a must-win game for the Zookeepers. It's got to be heartbreaking trying to play off the back of that.
Yeah, they came out so good, had such a big lead, and there was even a moment where it felt like they were still in it. They'd only given up a couple of goals. They just needed to find that composure and really push back, just kind of punch back, find that way to push Chaos, but it was not that. Instead, it was Chaos finding their way back into overtime, and after that, really anyone's chance. I mean, Chaos have done what they need to do to find victories, no matter how they do it, Hunted, and we are now in this Game 3, potential for them to get this sweep.
Somehow, they still have a chance for the sweep here, Sam.
No kidding.
But game number 3, we are underway. This one comes off the back wall. Taroko touches it towards Corrupted G. Bambi challenges him now. Mektos keeps things going in the orange half. Corrupted G can't quite make the touch. A little bit of back and forth in the corner now. No score early on, game number 3. Again, if you are just joining us, 2-0 series lead for Chaos off of quite an unlikely comeback in game 2. They are looking to close out the series here, and you've got to lay it all out on the line now if you're the Zookeepers.
No doubt, and I can see they're already getting back, hemmed up in their own end. This is not what they want. They need to recognize this is happening immediately. They can't play this game down on defense like they did before. Maybe their chance here is they finally do get that clear out. You can see, though, the reads just aren't there as they look for that transition play.
340. Taroko out of his corner. Porklet. Now Mektos. We've seen a lot of back and forth in this game out of the corners along the sidewalls. There's a first good opportunity for Corrupted G. Porklet making the save. Now Mektos to rotate around, looking for the pass across. Tool flashes his car through the passing lane, and that was enough to get Corrupted G off the scent. Now this bounces off the sidewall. Porklet all the way back down. Good clear from Taroko up to Corrupted. Can Corrupted G get back to it? Almost. Tool, solid challenge. Now Porklet. Somehow, we are still 0-0. Again, not a lot of opportunities for either teams. Seems like both teams have slowed down. I don't think either of them want to go 4-4 into overtime.
No, not at all. And for Chaos, I think they recognize that Zookeepers are hesitant right now. They feel like they're off foot just a little bit, and so they're playing a very sensible style. Zookeepers have got to get the first goal here. If they don't, that really seems like it'd just be it. They need something to find any sort of momentum. They have completely lost it after giving up that previous game.
Nobody's been able to find the first goal yet. That is a beautiful pass. Tool to Porklet. There's the first goal, and the Zookeepers get it.
Corrupted G, that light touch into the corner, not going to do it. It goes right into the hands of Tool. He puts it out center. It is a weak clear from Corrupted G, but Tool made no mistake. He's able to cash in and put it right out to his teammate. There is that first goal for Zookeepers. Maybe now they'll find that pressure. They need to wake up here, and it may be that one goal that gets them back in this game.
Save by Bambi. Might have to make another one here. Actually just plays it off the back wall. Right down to his teammate in Tool, but Taroko now looking for Mektos. The bump onto Tool is good. Corrupted G along the mid wall. Demo onto Porklet. A Tool in position after that bump to make the play. Mektos up to Taroko. Back wall. Porklet's there. Still the ball in the orange corner. Corrupted G, quick shot. Good save yet again by Tool on the goal line. Keeps us 1-0 with 1:30 left.
Still 1-0 for Zookeepers, but it still feels like Chaos's game. Zookeepers playing a ton of defense still. They've made now 7 saves, and it feels like at any point Chaos could strike. But still 1-0 for Zookeepers. If they can hang on here, they can back of their own. Big demo for Mektos coming through the zone. Now it is Taroko over to the corner. A minute left for Chaos to find that first goal, and it really feels like they still have a chance.
They are playing offense now, although that dribbles out in front towards Porklet. He gets a nice clear. However, Mektos turns it around. This is going to go hard off the back wall. Bambi's up to take that away from Corrupted G. Great play from him. Porklet gets it by the first defender, but still kept in the zone. Corrupted G looking for Taroko. He does get up to make the touch, and Mektos is there to help him out. Final 30 seconds, still a 1-0 lead for the Zookeepers. This could be an interesting play. A one-on-one. Bambi up to make the save. Good play from Tool as well to help his teammate out. Porklet and Mektos both getting demoed on that play. As now Bambi tries to clear this one away. 15 seconds left. Taroko towards the front of the net. Mektos getting turned around a bit, and that's all he can do with that ball. As again, the Zookeepers have kept Chaos away. With 3 seconds left, this could be an opportunity. Bounces out. Porklet makes the touch. That is all the Zookeepers need to force a game 4.
Woo, I tell you what, though, that was a close one. It was just pressure from Chaos almost the entirety of that game. Didn't feel like one goal was going to be enough, but in the end, the Zookeepers are able to hang on. They don't go down in the series. They don't get swept. Now they're looking to build on this Game 3 victory. Not necessarily the blueprint you want for a victory, especially with how much pressure Chaos Esports Club had. But in the end, I do like what Zookeepers were able to do. They were able to, at the very least, stop the big chances from coming through for Chaos. It felt like a lot of sustained pressure, but not necessarily any really tough saves needed to be made for Zookeepers.
No, certainly, I can certainly agree with you on that point. And, you know, again, Rocket League is such an interesting game, right? I mean, you have so many opportunities. All it takes is a big defensive stand from the enemy team to frustrate somebody into not being able to score. But that kind of style of play, while it looks like it works at times, you can't rely on it. If you're the Zookeepers, you've got to win 2 more games, and by playing pure goal line defense, making incredible saves, works for 1 game. I just don't see it working for two more in a row.
I agree. Chaos had that game in the bag. They just needed to find the back of the net. They had most of the pressure, and you just watch as Chaos is playing. They're very composed and a lot of sustained pressure. So, yeah, I agree. For Zookeepers, they still have to find that offense they've been looking for in this series.
That's a good demo to start things off. This one bounces down towards Corrupted G, but he doesn't get it on net. As game number 4 is now underway between the Zookeepers and Chaos. Zookeepers need to win another one here to force a game number 5, as Corrupted G nearly had a highlight reel passing play there. Will be turned away, and now Mektos has to make a save. Bambi doesn't quite get the touch. Will force Porklet over to make the play. Solid clear from Taroko. Pool touches it towards the mid-wall. Taroko, deflection towards the net. Mektos the rebound, he scores. Chaos on the board early.
Chaos comes upfield, and in a hurry, they get that first goal. You can see it was one misplay from Tool as he puts the ball right out to Taroko. He's able to get that assist out to Mektos. That's how good Chaos is, and honestly, at this level in the rival series, everyone has to be solid in their touches. As soon as you give something up, it's going to be a goal, and off the kickoff, you see one from Tool. They bounce back, do the Zookeepers. An interesting kickoff win. That was really about as good as it could have gone for Zookeepers and Chaos. They had everything covered except that.
Yeah, exactly how the Zookeepers drew it up on that play. It is 1-1 now off that kickoff victory. So we're back pretty much right to where we started. Just a minute gone by. Still plenty of time in game 4. Corrupted G. Love to end the series here if he could. Don't want to give the Zookeepers hope. But certainly, you know, blowing a lead in a game 4-0 and losing that game, yeah, it hurts. But if you get reverse swept, I think it hurts a little bit more.
Oh yeah, it's all about that series win-loss. Doesn't matter how you get there. And yeah, you said it. Chaos, the last thing they want to do is let Zookeepers back in, let this get to a game number 5.
That's a good touch from Taroko, and it just misses wide. Nearly had the double touch, and now Tool. Quick shot towards the net. Mektos, crafty save. And it's steered away from danger by Toroko, who does get the pinch as well. Wow, that was a hard pinch off the back wall. It's going to come all the way out towards Corrupted G. So he's got Toroko lurking on the offensive side, trying to find a passing play. Quick shot from Mektos. Cleared away by Porklet. He will get the second touch as well. 1-1 still here in game number 4. Zookeepers certainly have picked things up on the offensive side of the ball. They've already got 4 shots on the board. They've got to play defense for now, though. Tool does get up just in time. Corrupted G, the rebound, scores, and Chaos back in the lead.
What a big 50 win from Mektos. It was a 2-on-1. He takes the shot, and that 50 comes right out to Corrupted G. That was a big block from Mektos. And that odd man break leads to a goal for Chaos. And Zookeepers bounce back. We saw them bounce back after that first goal. It's kept them in this game. They're going to need to keep up that momentum. They have a chance. There's now Porklet flips over that. Oh, nobody going for it. It's going to be out to the center. Easy clear now.
It looked like Porklet was trying to fake the defender and was hoping for a follow-up from his teammates. No, none came, at least not in time. So it is still a 1-goal lead for Chaos. Zookeepers threatening now. Bounces down in front. Tool out to Bambi. Crossbar and out. Garrett G finds... I'm sorry, Garrett G. Corrupted G finds the clear. And goodness, that was the opportunity for Zookeepers. It was a great passing play out in front. Bambi just hits the crossbar.
It's still been their best effort, I would say, so far in this series. They're not in their end. They're playing a lot more offense. See a chance there coming downfield. Bambi doesn't get that, but we're seeing much better plays from Zookeepers. But can they get that goal? They find themselves down right now. Maybe too little, too late. They can't get this tied up.
Bambi trying to make something happen here. At least keeping the ball in the zone, but Corrupted G gets a beautiful 50 win there as well. Goes up for the double touch. He finds it. What a play from Corrupted G to make it 3-1 for Chaos.
You said Garrett G. Corrupted, looking like his counterpart up in the RLCS right there. What a double and what an angle coming for Corrupted G. He now pushes this lead to 2 for Chaos, and that's big for Chaos because, like we said, Zookeeper's been very competitive in this game, but now it's all unraveling. Tool with a big save, but Mektos follows through on the rebound opportunity. That's the 4th for Chaos.
Yeah, these rebound plays so important as Chaos yet again capitalizes on the opportunity given to them. And the Zookeepers, like we were talking about before the start of this game, they have made the saves they've needed to make, but it's just not enough when you play against teams that are as good as the teams you're going to be playing in the rival series. You can't rely on those goal line plays over and over and over again to win you series.
And Zookeepers, they feel like a team that's just struggling to find that next step. You can tell they are able to hang with these squads. They belong here in the rival series, but one thing they've had trouble doing is just finding those, closing out the series wins, closing out some of these game wins. It seems like as soon as they get some goals against, kind of struggle a little bit and things start to unravel. That's the 5th goal now for Chaos, and that is a big lead. Matches the biggest lead we've seen for Chaos in this series, and that may be it on this game here.
Yeah, it would have to be another 4-goal comeback. This could be an opportunity, but Toroko is there to clear it away. Great shot from Tool, but Corrupted G making the save. Only 30 seconds left to go here, Sam. Unless we see another miraculous comeback, I think that this will just be about it. And, you know, give credit to the Zookeepers. I mean, they made it at least a series. They pushed us into 4 games after that blown lead in game 2. They'll make it even a little bit more competitive here at the end. But overall, it felt like Chaos. They just overpowered the Zookeepers here in the series.
Yeah, it ended up being Zookeepers not finding that consistency that they needed against Chaos, and in the end, Chaos had a style just a little too much. And honestly, Corrupted G has come to play here in this match as well. I kind of noted in some of the previous matches I saw for Chaos, that Corrupted G seemed like he was having trouble establishing himself and finding his place, and he has done everything right now for Chaos. Combined with Mektos, that's a good sign because Taroko's already kind of been that assist man. He's been that guy filling in the gaps. If Corrupted G starts getting going here for Chaos, they may find themselves in that top 6 once season's end.
Certainly, and that will do it for this series. 3-1 victory in the series. I do want to bring Ryan back in here, and Ryan, let's just address the elephant in the room. What did you think of that comeback in Game 2?
I thought that was amazing, to be totally honest. I was so blown away by it because I was sitting here and I was just like, okay, it's about done. We're in the final minute now. I couldn't believe it actually happened. I mean, if you're a Zookeeper fan, that is just heartbreak right there. But I think what is impressive, though, is after a loss like that, after blowing such a huge lead, oftentimes you would think that they'd go into the next game a bit downtrodden. They went to the next game and managed to take the victory, though, which shows a little bit of their mental fortitude. What are some things you guys think they could have done differently to help bring the series back in their favor?
Well, you know what? I'm going to let Sam take this one. I took the last one. I want to hear what he has to say.
Ouch, put me on the spot. I mean, I think it's been a lot of the same this season for Zookeepers, where they just haven't found a consistent offense, and a lot of that starts with just being able to get out of your zone. That seems to be the definition of the different kinds of teams that we've seen so far. There are certain teams that have real trouble stringing together any sort of clear, and it starts with good play, good composed play. I know they're on comms. Obviously, they're on comms, but it just felt like sometimes they were getting each other's way and not really recognizing whose ball it was, when they needed to make a challenge. And you've got to be challenging at every moment at this level. If you're giving any sort of open space, open field to the opponent, they're going to take it.
Yeah, I think just to add on to that, I certainly agree with everything that you're saying. And the Zookeepers, they're a talented young team as well. And for most of their, for really most of the rival series this season, there are just people and players getting experience in the rival series. And I think that Zookeepers is one of those teams that this is going to help them so much moving forward. That even though it was a tough first season, I could certainly see these players back again next season, really just adding on to that experience.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you. But with this victory, it's going to make Chaos EC have an opportunity to try and make their way back into the top 6, though that road isn't going to be easy at this point. But guys, real quick before we go into our sign-off, who is your MVP for this final match?
Ooh, for the final match, I mean, you kind of have to give it to Corrupted G, I think.